The truth was too that nobody was going to give humanity guns. No one was going to give humanity flight. No one, none of the experts, none of the people out there were ever going to were ever going to give humanity flight. And anyone who had flight capability or had any weapons or anything generally just killed a bunch of people and basically hid how they had created a gun or whatever. Like I said, in the 1920s or 1800s, basically there were guns around, and there were a lot of handmade, homemade guns, and they worked, yes, but they didn't work very well. And basically, every time someone created a gun, pretty much they went and shot someone, and then moved into their house. So everyone knew that if humanity ever got flight capability, that basically it'd be more of the same, as they say. You know, they would just they would just bust their way onto an airfield, load up as much ammo as they could into those aircraft, and basically fly around and shoot people, or basically just, you know, pretty much it was going to be nothing but basically people in the skies shooting at people on the ground, basically, and flying past, which is exactly what it was. From the moment I gave humanity flight, they didn't care about transporting anything. They didn't care about doing anything particularly useful, more than basically just, like I said, a lot of aircraft would fly into houses and stuff like that and crash, mostly because because someone had shot the pilot, or you know, they ran out of fuel finally. Like I say, people would, after a plane had strafed a village or town, some people would follow the aircraft, and sometimes aircraft would have a hard time finding a place to land because nobody would let them land. And if they did land, they were pulled out of their aircraft and then taken into the woods and killed, because they had just shot like 300 people a few towns away, where bases were the only thing. And basically a bunch of people would always, after they bomb a town, people would just look for the nearest airfield and basically go there and then take vengeance, because these people were actually killing people and actually bombing people. And basically pretty much any aircraft that actually, you know, they would find their home, they'd go and kill them at their home. Like pilots, if you like, most pilots died right away, and usually on the ground, and usually after they did a mission. Only pilots that actually flew from an aircraft carrier actually had any chance of bombing anything and going home. Yeah, and it was just because it was too far away for people to get, or whatever. But, you know, I mean, people talk, people think, things get around. And mostly it was just the fact that the planes were unidentifiable in general that actually gave them some degree of anonymity, because they all looked about the same. But even then, they would go and find out, and then you're like, oh yeah, that was Tom. Yeah, he lives down the street. And they would go look for Tom. Anyway, and if they found someone named Tom, they would torture him and assume that he would lie anyway, and then kill him. And then basically Tom would go, the real fake Tom would go and bomb some more people or whatever. Anyway, basically it was a real problem. And anyway, lots of interesting things about where most Saudis, you know, they would usually they would just fly around, and then they would bomb something one day or shoot someone someday, and then they would be found and killed. And that's pretty much everything that happened. I'm not exactly sure about the total whatever, but basically most pilots died on the ground, you know, or back home, or sometimes their family members were captured, tortured, and then possibly killed. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure about the total things, because there's a lot of stuff going around. Like, the masses can very quickly do a lot of different things. Anyway, I'm the only one that could actually do stuff and actually have no whatever, no record, no consequences. Well, mostly because I had, I was a lot more powerful. And even then, I'm probably going to die now. So, I mean, because those people who would indiscriminately rape and kill, I did take out. And then I paid to have them other people taken out, even after I was kind of like flightless. Like I say, some Starfleet commander would, me and him, I would say, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'd call him a name or something like that. I forget exactly what the deal was. But sometimes we would joke, and I liked him a lot, actually. This one Starfleet commander I liked a lot. And because I would say not bad for a human or something like that. I'd make some belittling comment, and he would say flightless bird. He'd look over at me and say flightless bird, because I think it's because it had something to do with the fact that he knew more about me than I knew about him or whatever, and so I would say something whatever, and he would say flightless bird or whatever because I didn't fly because I didn't fly, or something like that. So anyway, it was a joke at the time. It was funny. I liked this guy a lot, actually, because anyway, we were together for a while at some point in time in space. And so his comment to me was always flightless bird. Because I invented flight but didn't actually fly myself ever in person. Even though I invented flight. That's why it was an inside joke, because it was like I had never actually flown a plane really by myself, or at least there is no documented record of me ever flying an airplane or taking off an airplane and landing an airplane. So he looked at me as a flightless bird or whatever, because I was like, I couldn't fly myself. I just invented flight and invented so many things, and it was epic and all that other stuff. So I was a flightless bird. Anyway, I was a small Lucifer back then. And anyway, spending time, like I said, I spent time with a lot of my races and a lot of my life forms because I was their creator, and they, like I said, they kind of wanted to take care of me. They felt obligated to me too, because like I created Earth and all these planets and all this other stuff. So anyway, they wanted to protect me and save me a little bit, because I am. And plus, there's so many documented records of projects that I did, the things I did, where even if I ordered people to wear skin suits with zippers on the back, people would forgive me and just not even worry about it, because, he was just doing whatever. If I did something, it's different, because I am Lucifer, creator of the human race and all kinds of other races. But I didn't actually do that. That was actually something I found out and was hunting for, actually, was where these people were getting their skin suits or whatever, which were basically being sold. They're actually even selling them on the open market as leather suits that people could wear. And people didn't even know that they were actually people that had been skinned, and then they were just selling them as basically, they would tan them black or tan them another color, and they would wear them beforehand sometimes, and then they would sell them to people on the open market, and people would buy these leather suits and go, nice, zip. And they wouldn't even know that the only difference is they cut off the head and the neck. They cut it right here. And they were actually the skin of a human. The zipper in the back. And just the other ones, they would have the full face and everything. So, anyway. And lots of people were wearing these things and didn't even know that they were actually wearing the skin of another human being that had been tanned and then colored black or white or some color. They would also say how they would fit the breasts very nicely. Not even knowing that these skin suits, they had no seams, no sewing marks, because they were literally just the skin of a human, ripped it off, tanned it, and then sold it to people. And that's what, I think it was part of Brown and Black and some other people. We had to hunt them down and find them, of course. So anyway. And basically, just a zipper on the back was all that was added. Anyway, that's what they were doing. So, and there was even, you could buy them almost in 5 countries or 3 countries or something, until it was found out where they came from.